You know, lately I've been thinking about getting a fish tank for my office. I remember as a child, my grandmother had this huge aquarium down in her basement, and I used to go down there and watch these fish for hours. It was completely and totally self-fulfilling to me. And this has got me thinking lately, what's my fish tank now? And what's yours? Let's talk about it. Well, I would say that even as a grown adult, there are many things that still are fish tanks to me. And just to name a few, you know, there are times, like on a really nice warm day, I love to take a chair to prop it up in my back driveway and just hang out back there. You know, Dixie and I used to do that all the time. Just go back there, sit out in the sun, hang out, get something cold to drink, and just you know, enjoy the simple things out of life. That means a lot. Another thing for me is going to arcades. Oh my goodness gracious, I loved going to arcades as a kid, and I still do now. You know, anytime I get the opportunity to, you know, go to Dave & Buster's, for example, that's a lot of fun. Or if I happen to find an old school arcade out somewhere, oh man, I will jump at the chance to go to something like that. This is just a lot of fun. And I'll tell you what, you put me on a beach somewhere or an island somewhere, oh man.
Cause I'm an island boy and I've been trying to make, oh, I'm an island boy.
There is not a lot more that my wife and I enjoy than hanging out on a beach. We absolutely love it. All right, so if we're talking about self-fulfillment, I think one of the fair questions that we need to ask is, you know, what brings me the most joy? And I think, you know, we say that question, and of course we think we can identify the answers, and I know that with myself I can think of a few for sure. We just went over some of them. But one of the things I wanted to make an emphasis on is this, is that if you said, you know, what's the top things that bring you a lot of joy in life, you might have to think about those for a minute. But if I was to say to you, can you rattle off, you know, 9 or 10 things that really tick you off and will cause you to have a bad day or a bad week or that type of thing, it's not going to be that difficult for you to think of those things. And quite honestly, I think that should give us a little bit of room to pause and think, is that true? And if it is, you know, I need to take some time to reflect on those things that I really enjoy, that bring me a lot of joy, and I need to do those very, very often. So if you're watching this video and you have not yet subscribed to the channel, I would like to ask you to please consider subscribing. As the channel grows, we are getting closer and closer to 2,000 subscribers, and I'd like to ask for your help in that. Thank you very much. So how does everything that I'm saying relate back to motorcycles? Well, outside of my family, I have to say this: riding motorcycles is the most fulfilling thing for me. It provides me so much joy and so much clarity of mind. When I'm out riding my motorcycle, there are certain parts of my brain that turn off and others that come on. I mean, I thought of this idea, riding my motorcycle. It's where I come up with most of my YouTube ideas and that type of thing as well. Just riding motorcycles is so self-fulfilling. And this is something that I want to continue for as long as I possibly can. I absolutely love this hobby. Now, if you're one of the very, very lucky people in this world that not only like your job, but find it very self-fulfilling, then you need to consider yourself blessed. Now with me, I like my job very much. I like the employer that I work for. I like the environment, all that good stuff. Nothing bad to say, but there's nothing that's very self-fulfilling about what I do. Now, that's not saying anything bad, but it's just not very self-fulfilling. Now, what my job allows me to do is it allows me to pursue those interests and hobbies that I am very passionate about, and that those things that are very self-fulfilling to me. So no complaints there. I mean, let's face it, Harleys ain't cheap. one of the questions that I want to ask myself is, am I able to get 1% better today than I was yesterday? And that can take many different forms. And one of the things that I think about, it can even be less than 1%. You know, what is it that I can do to treat myself well, to bring myself some happiness and fulfillment if I'm not experiencing that? What are some of those things that I can do? And, you know, beyond taking care of ourselves, we probably need to take care of others. And so I'm thinking about, you know, what can I do to, you know, make my wife's day a little brighter, or my children's day a little brighter, or maybe somebody at work that you don't ever talk to that much. You know, I mean, all of those things are very self-fulfilling. If you can make somebody else's day better, if they're having a crummy day and you can make somebody's day better, man, that is most definitely a good feeling. All right, now circling all the way back around to the fish tank metaphor, let me ask you guys this. What are some of those fish tank type of moments that bring you a lot of self-fulfillment? I would love to be able to hear that in the comments below. Thank you guys so very much for hanging in with me on this video. I appreciate your time. Again, if you would like and subscribe, I would very much appreciate it. I hope you guys have an excellent day, and we'll talk to you again soon.